Hello, thank you for another spiritual discussion. Music can be Kabbalistic, but it is only a byproduct, just as there are byproducts to chemical processes such as a rise in temperature, decrease in pressure, etc. When we strive to obtain a certain result, we will receive certain byproducts along the way, and there are certain byproducts in Kabbalah. Through the system of Kabbalah, one can develop the sixth sense. It is when we study Kabbalah that we first acquire knowledge of the world outside our own. We discover the upper spiritual world. Then we gradually obtain the ability to affect it. Through tests and experiments, we learn how to do it, and then we enter the comprehensive reality. At this point, we begin to work not from within our own bodies, but from our souls, which are our true essence. After all, man is not the physical body that is replaced at the beginning of each new life. It is the soul that we as yet do not feel. The purpose of creation is that we will act from within our souls, from the upper world, and live at the highest degree possible, rather than in the lowest, which is our world, which is beastliness alone. By discovering our souls, we obtain contact with the upper world and thus achieve a whole, complete, eternal, and blissful life. To study Kabbalah and understand how the upper world operates, one must be at the center of that world and act from within it. When we study Kabbalah, even if we do not understand anything we study, but seek only to understand, we awaken within us an influence of the upper light. In one of our lives, we must obtain the completion of our souls. If we do not achieve this through the upper light, our torments will gradually increase until they finally make us realize the reason for our pain. It is our soul's need to reclaim the light that filled it before it came down to our world. The soul of man starts its existence in the world of Insof. Insof is spelled capital EIN space SOF. It is a Hebrew word. It then descends through five higher worlds before finally clothing our physical bodies. The result of the descent is that we are completely dependent on the components and characteristics of that spiritual system. Thus, we must study that system in order to function according to its laws, instead of roaming blindly through our world, beaten time and again by not knowing why. Disobeying that law produces disasters and tragedies, both individual and collective. Anyone can study it who relentlessly asks, what is the meaning of my life? Kabbalah can be studied only from an inner need, not through coercion. If a person really wants to study Kabbalah, it is a sign that one is ready. People are beginning to feel the need for the wisdom of Kabbalah, and those who are worthy will study it. The process cannot be stopped. One tries to learn, but can't understand anything. In fact, this is a good sign that shows one inner demand for spiritual development. Those whose souls do not motivate them towards inner sensations, but towards knowledge, study well and gain a tremendous amount of knowledge. However, their souls remain empty. At the same time, their knowledge is revealed to be shallow. They don't understand the inner processes because the Creator made a vessel of desire. not a vessel of understanding. So knowledge of Kabbalah can stem only from emotional scrutiny, I should say. The light of Kabbalah is affected by the amount of labor a person puts in it, not by the number of pages a person knows. A mitzvah is a correction of man's inner intentions. When you use your desires with the right intent, you will rise up to the most perfect and eternal state. When we read the books of Kabbalah, we accumulate its wisdom only in theory. We believe that this way we accumulate knowledge and experience. That is what usually happens in our lives when it comes to learning anything there is in the study. There are exercises, experiments, and training. However, none of these things exist in spirituality. If a person does not physically and emotionally experience a sensation, no knowledge, preparation, or exercise will help. The power, the rhythm, the speed of your emotion towards spirituality depends on you, but you cannot measure it. Over the course of our spiritual development, the Creator shows us our essence, our nature, and the difference and distance between the Creator and us. As we advance, we feel our inferiority with growing intensity. A soul is a part of the Creator. It's just that the Creator is whole and a soul is a part, like a stone separated from a rock, where a rock is whole and a stone is a part. Have you ever wondered where inside the body is the soul? It is impossible to describe where the soul is in the body because within us there is now only the animate soul, the force that sustains us. There's not an organ in our body that is capable of feeling the soul. The soul is a desire in which the Creator is felt. You can replace everything in the physical body, but that has no influence whatsoever on spirituality. Spirituality means unity with the Creator. It is not in our flesh and blood bodies. The soul has no connection with our corporeal body. Our physical body can exist as a biological, animate body with an living force called the animate soul. But that has nothing to do with the upper soul. We do not ask ourselves why there are animals and what kind of souls dwell in them. Yet they too have souls, but their souls are simply the animate force that sustains them, the same force that sustains our own bodies. Therefore, the body can be cloned, and there is no problem with that. In the future, all organs and eventually the whole body will be cloned. But the soul does not depend on the body because man receives a soul according to well-defined spiritual laws on which physical and biological sciences have no bearing. There are many people in our world whose upper soul does not exist at all. That soul is called the point in the heart. There are people who have it, and there are those who still don't. By the way, we cannot know who has it and who does not. The human body is like the body of any other animal, whereas the soul is the desire to be filled with the Creator, meaning to delight for Him. The soul evolves in us gradually. We develop our lowest desires through desires for food, sex, and family. Then come the desire for wealth, respect, control, and power. Then for knowledge. We get from above a desire for spirituality. You may now wonder what happens to the animate part of the soul after our death. Man's biological body and his animate soul are similar to those of animals and have the same fate. We are all individual parts of our collective soul called Adam. Everyone has a unique, special soul. That is, it may take one person 15 life cycles to obtain spiritual sensation, while another would need only 5. One may need to experience horrendous torments, while others will have it very easy. It all depends on the purpose of the soul and its intimate state. 600,000 is a symbolic number. At the first breaking, the soul of the creature called Adam broke into 600,000 parts. Then, over many generations, it continued to break into smaller parts. The soul constantly go from one body to the next, divide and unite, because they are in fact one soul divided only by our individual feelings. You may say that there is only one soul which is filled with light, but because of our imperfection, we feel ourselves as separate parts of it. At the end of correction, all the souls that feel separated will unite with one desire and one thought and one delight and one creator. I will bring this video to a close and we'll pick up in the next video. But in ending this video, please feel free to share it with others. And if you would like to see more of this type of content, please click the subscribe button below on this channel. Also, after subscribing, if you click the notification bell, you will be notified of any new videos that I make. I would also love to have your comments and questions below. Just be respectful to one another. And again, I say thank you.